What's up, everybody? Welcome to my final episode, for now, of How to Balatro. In this episode, we're going to talk about the psychology of Balatro, what I've experienced as I kind of rose through the difficulties and got better and learned new strategies and all that stuff. So, the very first thing that I wanted to touch upon was I've seen a lot of either comments on Reddit, people that have mentioned this in the streams when I was making my gold stake runs. How do I get better, right? There's a couple of ways to get better. The first and foremost one is, this is going to sound really dumb, but just make sure you've unlocked everything. Make sure you've unlocked all 150 jokers, make sure you've unlocked all the vouchers, all that stuff. Now that the basics are out of the way, challenge mode will teach you different ways of thinking. And the reason that I like challenge mode is that there is a plateau that everybody hits in Balatro. Plateracho? There's got to be a way to mesh those. There's this glass ceiling that once you bust through the bitch, like you're good. But that glass ceiling is a comfort, right? I like to pick these 12 to 15 jokers each time I play. I don't like going for straight builds because straights are harder to make than other things. That's subjective, but okay. But if you go into a lot of these and you go into like Blast Off, Monolith, Bram Poker, which like I love that jokers no longer appear in the shop because you now have to just start analyzing and thinking about different ways to score, to joker synergize, different ways to pick up the cards that are going to help you, and not just in the most traditional way of I have money, I buy it in the shop, right? So these are pretty good. The other thing that I can say, and I am going to, while I do this, I'm going to run gold stake on black deck, just because I'd like to be miserable in my final video. And the other thing is just play hands you are not comfortable with. Where am I? Oh, that's weird. I've played one hand. Good to know. Forgot I did that last night. Just play as much as you can and just grab jokers that you've never, ever used before. So that means that you can, if you see a joker that is made strictly for straight runs, pick it up right away. Pick up Runner as your first joker and start building it over time. Oh, of course we have this. If you've never played Black Deck, there are 3 debuffs, and I think I spoke about this in the Joker video on number 2 in the series. You have Time Jokers, you have Rental Jokers, and you have Eternal Jokers. Now, I get the developer, I get Local Thunk's ideas of it being the easiest way to scale difficulty when you get to Gold Stake, but it just makes it all luck-based sometimes, right? You will take a look at, like, let's say a Gross Me Shell breaks, and you just haven't gotten your econ going. And now you're looking at a Cavendish that is a rental. To me, it doesn't feel like I will find a way to make that work because you're just in perpetual debt. I feel like that's almost a situation where it's like I just can't enjoy what I was lucky enough to find. And I get it, and people might have different ways of looking at it, but when you're doing gold stake when you're doing higher difficulties, when you're doing anything, oh thank god that broke right away, when you're doing anything above, I want to say, god, I need the molt, but it just sucks for my money situation. But when you are doing the higher difficulties, even though I believe they patched blue stake, that makes it like a tiny bit easier from what I'm reading, although I can't really speak to that, you're going to lose 90 to 95% of the time. And again, there are players out there that are getting good enough that they can like win almost every time. Like the way I can do on a lower difficulty on white, I can pretty much win 98% of the time. Because like you're at that point, you're just able to utilize like your experience and logic. I personally am not a fan of the way Gold Stake is put together. I do wish that either debuffs couldn't be stacked, to make jokers more viable to fit in more situations, or some joker or some super rare or hard to achieve buff that removes debuffs off jokers, right? It's like there's I get that it's one person and the game had to come out at a certain time and the game had to come out with a certain balance, but at the same time I just am not the biggest fan of how random and how luck based everything gets at the end. That being said, you could do a better job of being more consistent, making it further, doing all those things by just playing. And play as randomly as you can. Just like tell yourself like, okay, I am only going to play straights today and I'm going to build my jokers around it and see how far you can get. See what you can do with that. See, we got a Cavendish for $3. I'm going to run that bitch. This is an incredibly lucky card to get. We don't have much molt except for Blackboard, which is timed and we only have 3 rounds left. But you kind of have to just get okay with losing all the time. It makes you better, it makes you stronger. And again, I'm definitely a mid-tier player. I'm definitely like kind of very mid when it comes to people that play this game and like tournamented and do it for money. I never want to get that good. A, because I'm not smart enough. But B, because when I win a gold stake, it is like the biggest sense of accomplishment. Like I just can't believe that I somehow beat Black Deck one time on gold stake. Like it's crazy to me. So that's the kind of the couple things I would say. And just most importantly, just like this game is a fucking treat, man. Like it should be relaxing. Have I gotten frustrated? Hi, runner. I'm gonna take a sip of my protein shake because I'm trying to be as yoked as my cards normally are after a bunch of tarot cards. It feels a little late to pick up runner, and especially because like this is the only place my chips are coming from right now is 3 of a kind. So we're gonna hold off on that, and if this wasn't timed I would definitely be picking this up as well. But we're gonna run this bitch as far as we can. I'll keep playing flushes if you give them to me. They're not ideal, but I think I'll just throw a pair of kings at you. What are we looking at here? So on the full deck we have 5 6s and 5 7s. Okay, I will yoke up a 7 and I'll yoke up an 8. We don't know what we're playing yet, but we'll keep kind of going along and figuring this out. And the other thing about playing increasing difficulty is do not get frustrated if you are 2 difficulties away from gold stake and you can't get past it. And you're just thinking to yourself, like, my God, if I'm stuck on orange or I'm stuck on blue or purple, what's gold going to be like? You're fine because the RNG, the random number generator is already so powerful in those difficulties that like no matter how good you get, the game will fuck you. And the other piece of advice, now that I'm thinking about it, which has sent me spiraling a few times. See, now we have the dream. Are we getting it late? Yeah, but we'll deal with it. And I really want this death card. I don't know how to make money off it. This is the problem with Cavendish being a rental. Really wish I could make a copy of you and have 2 of these and just get my econ going like crazy. The other thing is there's going to be times where you're cruising, where you're in anti-5, anti-6, and even on gold stake, you are doubling the amount of chips that are required to complete. And all of a sudden, you'll stop looking at the boss blinds, right? I knew in my mind that Pillar was the boss blind for this one, right? But there have been times where I'm cruising so much, and I'm like face rolling the keyboard to win. I'm just blind, like picking shit, and I'm like, I can't stop winning. The thing I'll tell you is, do not stop looking at those boss blinds, because playing one hand, like let's say you're cruising because you're pulling 5 of a kinds, but you've got 9 of those cards built into the deck, and you get the boss blind for can only play a hand type once. That's it. Like you're kind of dead there. So just really make sure that no matter how much you're killing it, how well you're doing, all that stuff, that you never ever stop checking the boss blind, because you never want to lose a run to carelessness, right? Like I'm about to do. I don't know what to do here. Well, we do have Mr. Bones, so we can get through. We can get through that. This is not going to get us there, but thank you, Mr. Bones, for helping us. Oh, which means we get no money, which means we're -1. I just get rocket. Okay, we're in the positive. Can't afford this. It's just like the run. And nothing is more frustrating in this game than being caught in that circle of poverty, right? Where it's like you just can't seem to make money. You can't seem to get out of the hole. And it's like at some point you just got to pick a blind and figure out another way to get your econ. And here it's like everything's a rental. Like everything is smeared in. These two have been rolling on the sidewalk in dog shit for 2 hours. This one's only stepped in dog shit once, so at least it could be kind of cleaned off. But I can't afford to take any rental jokers. So here we are, just going into this, probably not being able to do much with it. But that's okay. We're just gonna play this for now. There we go, we got some money. And now we just gotta hope to get a full house or something. Like I desperately need an 8 or a 7 here. I got it. Let's see what this does for us. Not much, I'll tell you that. And on black deck, of course, we have 1 less hand. So we have the potential to have 6 jokers. The reason that black deck is so absolutely punishing on gold stake is because they give you another joker slot, but you lose 1 hand. You lose basically a definitive value, right? An actual asset for another slot that you just have to pray for luck for. So it's something built into like the equation of winning for every game, and they add like basically a lottery system. It is just an awful setup, but here I am playing it and torturing myself. I don't even know why I don't skip that blind, because I don't get anything from this, but hopefully this gets me out in 1 hand. That was it. Basically, like the little things about playing a lot, getting out of your comfort zone, asking questions. Like that's really important. Like this guy on Hack that happens to be on the cover of Buffoon Packs as well. Like this is such a complimentary joker. And if I knew that I could get Fibonacci or something else on the back end, I would take it. But for now, I just kind of need to open the Buffoon Pack. Here's 2 rental jokers. I now wasted all my money, and I'm dead in the water in the beginning. So just don't get frustrated. It's fucking classic coming from me, where I like spiral out for absolutely no reason. But just keep playing. We got version 1.1 on the way. I really am hoping they're fixing some of the broken jokers like Matador and things like that. I'm really hoping that there's a rare joker. Oh, there isn't, but I will gladly destroy and get $20. Just, if you're getting frustrated, just take a break, come back. See, this is just nothing I can play. Sure. And we'll grab this for later. And just keep playing. And most of all, just remember that, like, this game is not perfect. And it's not meant to be perfect, right? Like it's an indie darling. It's a game that, like, the game only costs $20, right? Like that's amazing for a game with so much staying power, that's so deep, that has such a following. Like it's crazy to me to think that, oh, we're dead. We are dead. Once you open that first, I almost want to say like once I open that first Buffoon Pack, and it has 2 rental jokers in it, I just need to be like, I'm out on this. Anyway, this was more of just like a goodbye and like a last couple reminders for what's really good. Thank you for watching. I mean, I've gotten such great views on almost all of this 10-part video series, so it's been really exciting to have people kind of bonding with this and utilizing it and finding me, I guess, useful in some way, which is flattering. As we crash out again here. But yeah, I'm going to be hopping to some other games. You'll see me, the new Wingspan DLC came out, so I'm going to start playing a lot of Wingspan on my Twitch channel as well as YouTube. And I might come back for version 1.1. I think when that releases, I think I will definitely come back to Balatro and see what the new changes are, and hopefully I can readjust and get better and continue to grow with everybody in the Balatro community. So again, thank you for watching these videos. They've been a lot of fun to make. I hope they've helped you. If at least you learned one thing from them, then I guess my time was worth it. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you guys for the next patch.